Do you ever look up from your phone and realize that you've been scrolling for like an hour? You had no clue how you even got there or what you've even watched, yet you've wasted an hour of your day. That's the actual part of the phone addiction that nobody talks about. It's the fact that your day is so empty, including mine, that the phone is able to win an hour over it. Here's what I realized about the true phone addiction that nearly everyone has. You don't go on your phone when you're actually doing something or when you're truly being present in the moment. The only reason you actually go on your phone is to fill in the gaps between the real things that go on in your life. When you have 5 minutes to do nothing, or when you're waiting for something, or when you're doing nothing, you just go on your phone. There's no such thing as boredom nowadays in this society. And boredom is what creates creativity. You get your best ideas when you are bored. There's no such thing anymore as getting a good idea while you're scrolling. It doesn't really happen nearly as much. It only happens when you're genuinely bored. I honestly don't remember the last time that I was actually bored. Might have been when I was in timeout as a kid. One of the best things that's worked for me is planning out tomorrow the night before. This is actually so simple, it almost feels stupid to say this is what changed it all for me, or at least is in the process of changing everything. And all that I do is spend around 5 to 10 minutes every night before I go to bed planning out, ideally in my head, what would be the best version of tomorrow. What do I have to do, and how can I use those minutes and those hours throughout my day tomorrow to maximize them, get the best and most out of them. And once I realized that the answer wasn't scrolling on my phone in between work sessions or when I'm in between calls to hop on my phone and just chill, and I realized that it was to structure my day entirely the night before, everything changed. This isn't some crazy system. You don't need some paper planner with color-coded blocks telling you exactly what you need to do at each minute. It's not that deep. All you really need to think about is, what am I doing in the morning, the afternoon? What is one thing I'm looking forward to? And then what can I do throughout the evening and night to just really make my day as simple as possible? And what happens when you do this is actually kind of crazy. You wake up with momentum. When you ideally plan out in your head, you don't even have to write it down, the entire day before you actually go to bed, it like sets this vibe or like momentum train in your head to just absolutely lock in with flow state. You just go ham at everything. You're not lying in bed thinking, what should I do? That's exactly when you pull out your phone. What you're doing is thinking, how can I stay off my phone and make tomorrow the most productive as possible? You always need to tell yourself that you've got somewhere to be or something to do other than your phone. Even if it's reading a book at a coffee shop, I can tell you with a 100% guarantee that leaving the house will absolutely benefit you in nearly every way possible. And I used to think it was a discipline problem. Then I realized it was not. It was a structure problem. It's because I allowed myself to use the easiest and most free parts of my day to be occupied by my phone. I thought I maybe needed more willpower, the ability to say no phone, but that's not the case. I didn't need any app blockers, nothing like that. After I realized that your phone is designed to be the quick, the easy thing, the quick dopamine, that was when I realized that it really is the damn phone. So I stopped trying to fight my phone and actually focused my attention towards the real problem, and that's my day-to-day routines. So if you don't know me, I run a window cleaning business, and some of the days where I'm just absolutely stacked are some of the lowest screen time days. And it's not a coincidence, it's because I simply don't have time for it. I don't accidentally just not scroll. I don't have the willpower to not scroll. I'm not sitting there thinking, okay, let's not scroll today. Let's do something more efficient. I simply don't have time. And when you don't have time, you don't even think about it. I'm busy managing clients at job sites, working on calls. Like, I'm just building things all the time. And when your mind is occupied with something that's genuinely fulfilling, like building a business, reading a book, spending time with loved ones, you're never going to be thinking about what video you should watch. So the move is simple. Fill the gaps before they even happen. The night before, plan out your day, think, what can I replace those empty times with? And I promise you, you'll be surprised. Your screen time will probably be sliced in half, almost immediately. The other thing I did that sounds extreme but genuinely isn't, and it actually works, is simply removing any sort of distractions that are easy to remove on my phone. It's as simple as making social media less colorful. You can go on your phone and add a filter on there that makes things less colorful. They're designed to be these super colorful icons on your phone, and when you first open up your phone, you know that's the hardest time to not scroll. I'll be pulling up my phone trying to do something productive, about to go post a video, and within a matter of 1 second, the first video that pops up on my phone is the most important, because that's designed to capture your attention and keep you scrolling. And it happens to me all the time. So with that being said, don't open your phone with these bright and vibrant colors that are literally designed to capture your attention and get you hooked. If you genuinely don't have a use for social media, if you're not posting on there, if you don't care about anything like that, and you're just literally addicted, the simplest answer, I know it sounds cliche, just delete the app. It will do genuine wonders for you. Another huge tip I can give you guys is to log out of any of the apps that you don't really want to be using on a regular basis. If you don't want to delete the apps like Instagram, Snapchat, or TikTok, simply log out of them. Because when you open up your phone and you have to go on the app and see that you have to log in, it's just another hassle that you probably don't want to have to do. You don't want to type in your password and do all that crap. You're simply logged out. And that's really all it takes. You don't need an insane amount of friction. All you need to do is occupy your days with something much more fulfilling. Something that I absolutely love and would highly recommend to anybody is reading. I've really been getting into reading recently and I absolutely love it. I almost feel like nostalgic reading it because I'd say over the last 5 years, I stopped reading. Up until about 4 to 5 months ago, I hadn't read a book in multiple years. And now that I've picked up a book, it's genuinely so fulfilling. My brain is just genuinely relaxed. And after I read, if I try and go on my phone and watch TikTok for a minute or, Twitter, I genuinely can't. Like, it's too much on my brain. But when you're programmed all day, all night to be watching these videos every few seconds, reading becomes the hard one. But once you could swap that and reading becomes easy on your brain, and then the social media apps that are super addicting and fast-paced will start to hurt your brain. That is one of the most important things. Something that I hope you guys all know is that scrolling is stimulation. It's your brain begging you for some sort of stimulation. You want that dopamine. And so a great way to replace it entirely is to, number one, just call up people. I love calling people when I'm absolutely bored. Like, if I have nothing to do, I like calling my old friends, asking how they're doing, seeing if they want to hang out anytime soon. It's a great way to replace social media addiction. And the big one is building something. Building something, genuinely having that fulfillment and purpose for waking up every single day to genuinely be excited to work on something. It's absolutely one of the best ways to live your life. It's the reason people wake up, go to college. They like working on college. They like the process of building and getting better, in some sort of routine. They love that. That's why everyone who has the job that they absolutely love don't hate their job. They like waking up. They're excited to go to work. They love what they do. And that's a huge problem that most people have. They don't love what they do, so they try and occupy it with something that's brain numbing, something that will take your mind off work because they genuinely hate their jobs. If you don't hate work and you absolutely love it, you won't be scrolling. You have better things to do. You like things that are more fulfilling, like working. That's really all it is. You don't need a digital detox. You don't need to throw your phone in the river or the trash. All you need to do is simply build a life so interesting to the point where your phone becomes a piece of shit. It's like, what the fuck do you think you're gonna do in my life? You think you're gonna come in and take over my time? Fuck you. Plan your days, add some frictions to the app, go outside, talk to friends, do something valuable. Do that for a week and watch what happens to your screen time. I guarantee you will not regret it. And with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. I absolutely love creating videos like this because if it can help one person, I've met my goal. I'm on a mission here to just absolutely make a change for the better in this world on my journey as a social media content creator. And if you guys could, I really appreciate it. Click the subscribe button, turn on post notifications so you never miss a video. With that being said, I'll see you on the next one. Let's get it.